How do you do? It would be a little unkind to present this picture without just a word of friendly warning. I think it will thrill you. It may shock you. It might even horrify you. So if any of you feel that you do not care to subject your nerves to such a strain, now is your chance to, well, we've warned you.
What do you say we start this episode with a bang? Hell yeah. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Wyatt's Metal Podcast, otherwise known as the Rocket Podcast, and I'm just his puppet that he speaks through. That's the real reason you all come here. Someone left a comment on one of my latest videos saying I only get my metal news from Rocket's Pet Human, and that fucking killed me. That was great. Also known as just another day at work or school with your stupid ass teacher telling you to cut your hair because you need to get a real job in life. And you're like, no, I want to just listen to the same metal records over and over again. I don't know. How's everybody doing? Everyone have a good metal time, a good week, hopefully. Got some things going on in the metal world of news. Not too much, honestly. I was kind of digging for topics, but Download and Graspop released their full lineup, so we can definitely go over that. Also, did not watch it yet because I wanted to save it for you guys. Watchmojo, bastion of metal knowledge, just released a video on the top black metal songs ever. And that's like your like your aunt who thought she was cool because she was in a protest once in high school in the 1970s, but she's still like lame. Saying that, oh shit, have you heard of this genre, black metal? It's so spooky. Let me educate you. And you're like, all right, so we'll see how that goes. Rocket has assumed his spot as usual. Let me see what's going on with people in the chat here. Night Fox. What's up, everyone? Hope y'all enjoy the stream. Also, Wyatt, did you get tickets to see Iron Maiden next year in LA? If so, I'll see you there. I have not yet. I probably will end up going to that show, but I don't know. I've seen Iron Maiden a lot. I saw them pretty recently, actually, so I wasn't super like, oh, fuck, I need to buy tickets right away. But I would like to. Them with Anthrax is awesome, and Megadeth is also there, so that is also a thing. But, yeah, we'll see. Anakin's anger management therapist says, hey, Wyatt, I have a game recommendation. It's called Dispatch. It's a game like the Walking Dead Telltale series. It's amazing. Is that the drug dealing one? I think I've seen people playing. I'm not sure. My Steam library is very backed up at the moment, so I'll probably get there. Never. Sharon says, welcome to another Wyatt's Wednesday, everybody. Yes, thank you all for tuning in. Make sure you hit the like button, like this stream. It does help me out. I know it's annoying and lame to hear, but it genuinely does help out your favorite YouTuber and streamer. We have to keep reminding people to do it. Going to see Iron Maiden live on May 30th, 2026 on Run for Your Lives tour. Bruce is still killing it at 67 years of age. He absolutely is. Oh, yeah. He's not shown any sign of age at all besides his face. But even that, like, he's still rocking it. There's people who are 67 who are dead. So for him to still be running around with flamethrowers on stage is pretty exciting. All right, we got people questioning why I was late. I was a couple minutes late to this stream. First question from Sup Doggy says, Wyatt pooping? No, I was not attending a Goodalox concert. Van's Head says, Wyatt is just finishing his anal bleaching again.
Boo this man!
Rocket barfed on the camera. He did not. He doesn't want me to ruin the show for his wallet. How would he get paid if he ruined the camera? Sophia says, what's up, guys? What is up? Rocket is currently watching anime on Wyatt's computer. That's not allowed in this house. No. I never really got into anime. I don't even have like a joke to shit on it. It just was never my thing. I have friends who are super into it. My friend Hypnotic has quite a successful YouTube channel about his anime collection that he admits he barely puts any work into that channel at all. He will just turn on his phone and be like, hey guys, I got this. Here's what it is. And then put it here. And it will get like crazy amount of views. It's nuts. Makes you be like, why do we try? Why does anyone make videos with effort when you can just, and it'll get a lot of views. Wyatt is battling Abloth at the Mao installation. I don't know what the fuck that means. Christopher Gay says, hey, Wyatt, hurry up. It's time to make some jokes about New York City. Yeah, for everyone tuning in from New York, Allah Akbar. I hope you're all doing well. He's watching furry porn.
Boo this man!
Sorry. Catching up here. Sharon says, I wouldn't joke about New York City after California just voted yes on Prop 50. Exactly. I can pretty much go, sucks for you. I'm going to be right there with you. My boat's sinking too. Someone did guess correctly. Oh, it was Anakin's anger management therapist said, he's a vocalist. What do you expect? That was the correct reason why I was late. Ladies and gentlemen, a vocalist is never late, nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to. If a vocalist shows up at all without allegations, that is a positive. In this day and age, unfortunately. This motherfucker has one show scheduled at the Whiskey A Go-Go, and now he wants to be on Rockstar Time. I was on Rockstar Time before I even started this band, sir. It's just an inherent trait. Wyatt took an arrow to the knee. Incorrect, but that reminds me, I'm waiting for Black Friday because I'm going to get Skyrim VR, Half-Life Alyx, and all that crazy shit. A lot more games that I probably won't ever play because I'm still just modding Red Dead Redemption. Anyway, let's not even get started with that. TR says, in other news, Escape from New York has been moved from fiction of section of DVDs to the documentary section. Goddamn. Hopefully people there can read better than me. That's what I get from being from California. Yep. Plenty of jokes to make, but I live in Demolition Man, so I don't really have an ivory tower to be laughing down from. Sophia says, has anyone heard any good new songs lately? I've been listening to almost nothing but Hollywood Undead since September. What have I been listening to on repeat recently? Orbit Culture, because I only recently just started really getting into them, but what is their songs like? Is it Death from Above or Death Above something? Insanely fucking heavy song. That one's on my repeat. I played through the whole Sabaton album the other day, the new one. It has some good songs. It does not have any bad songs. It has a lot of alright songs. It has some very good songs. Fun fact, no one outside of New York cares about New York. Get a grip, y'all. I don't. It's not even worth sending Godzilla there. We're going to save the money. Oh, shit. Kyle says, just recently watched the original Frankenstein just a few days before Halloween. Now I know where you got your intro from. Were you surprised when it came up? Or you're like, oh, I know that? That's funny. Yep, that's where I got it from. Thought it was clever. Sizzle Kitten, is New York all right? It's there for the moment. Let me catch up on the chat before we just get too far into it. I see the New York thing. Honestly, don't care as both parties are shit. Yeah. It was either, do you want it to get kind of shitty or really shitty? They chose really shitty. Fine with me. Once you realize and just accept that America's never going to get better, it's just a fun ride. It makes it a lot more enjoyable. If you don't have these stupid hopes that are never going to happen and just be like, it's only going to get worse until you die, and be like, it becomes fun. You get to just sit back and laugh and see the funny things that people do and move on. Canon and Faber is greater than Sabaton. They're pretty different. They should tour together on stages opposing each other. That would be awesome. To be fair, New York was never okay. Now they're just double not okay. Yeah, it was not really a bastion of safety and security before or anything. And that's just going to get even more run down. Just came back from Headbangers Boat. Oh, how was that? Yeah, people returning from Headbangers Boat. Leave comments about that in the chat. I really want to get on that cruise. I haven't yet, but it's on my list of things I need to do. Carrick Angren's new EP is an excellent listen. Thanks for the recommendation. I will actually check that out because that's a band that I've wanted to dive in. I feel like I haven't really sat down and given them enough of a fair chance. Like what I've heard, I enjoy. I appreciate the theatrics, but I can't name a song or anything, so I feel like I should give them a shot. Something Stupid with Dom says, Headbangers Boat was awesome. Apparently, I'm friends with Power Trip now, and their bass player has my address. Nice. That's cool. Have Power Trip play at your house. Invite all of us. That would be awesome. Shadowban says, definitely a good way to look at it, Wyatt. Going crazy over things we can't control is not good for self-empowerment. That is a very good way to put it. And yeah, that's kind of my thought. Like, I don't think you should not care about anything, but you should realize what you actually have any power or effect over and what you don't. When it comes to American elections, you don't at all. But yeah, I think I've said on here before, do you want to negate the good things in your personal life because you're so focused on something outside of you that you have no control over whatsoever? Not saying you can't feel sympathy for a situation or have an interest in it, but that's all. I don't give a fuck about New York. I guess it's pretty much all I'm saying. I'm not mad. I'm not upset. I'm not happy. I'm like, all right. Why? What happened to the metal festival on the moon? I used to talk about before the Godzilla campaign. It was talking about doing a metal festival on the moon. Godzilla takes priority. Once the Canadian Kaiju Conquer campaign has been complete, then we can consider moving off to the moon. We can't do Godzilla in space before we've even started. We will get to some of the actual topics here in a moment. Lumbergo says, I just wish more people voted in their local elections. That stuff actually matters. Yeah. That one, yeah, I wouldn't say you have zero control whatsoever in, but like I said, I live in California. There's no point in me voting in the presidential election. California goes Democrat no matter what. It literally doesn't matter. Even whether I support the Democrat nominee or not, it doesn't matter. When it was Bernie versus Hillary for the primary, all the news media was saying in the morning that Hillary had already won before the polls were closed. It doesn't matter if you live here. I was talking to Seth and Chris in the pool, and they said before Nightmare Logic, they said this goes out to my new friend Dom. Damn, you really made friends with Power Trip. That's fucking awesome. That's cool. That's what the cruises are good for. Sophia says, I live in a town that has around 400 people. I'm jealous. I take a step out my door, there's 400 people. Best thing about New York City stuff has been the Republican response. Trump had a meltdown. Some dude said he'd blow his brains out on live TV. That happens every day. It doesn't matter what the issue is. Who said that? Whoever said that's a fucking idiot. You should be like me and just laugh and move on. All right, let's get to a topic here in a moment. I'll just get a couple more comments. Moon hasn't got the right atmosphere for a metal festival. That is what is going to make the mosh pit so much fun. You are not thinking creatively, bonehead. I went too perfect with your name. Sorry. You get a giant net over the stage pit area, and everyone floats and bounces around like a bunch of fish that are trying to kill each other. It's going to be awesome. It just has to wait for the Canadian Kaiju campaign first. It's all about creativity. Mayor and county commissioners can make your life suck even if you live in a town of 400. That's why you should vote for Vermin Supreme. The only political person I will ever fully tell someone to support on this channel is either me or Vermin Supreme. Besides that, I will never tell you to vote for. I will make fun of everyone, though. That's where it is. Mosh pit and zero or minimal G would be epic. Yeah, one of those like zero flight planes, but instead of doing a weird like Girls Gone Wild shoot, just a mosh pit. It's nice to live in a small town, but it's 20-minute drive to the grocery store. That is the thing. Yeah, I can walk to like 2 grocery stores. A friend of mine used to live in Utah, in Ohio, and it would be like a 40-minute drive down a mountain to get to a grocery store. That doesn't sound super fun. I would definitely like to be nearby more stuff like that, but major cities I'm pretty tired of. Anakin's anger management therapist. I want that free pony. Exactly. How goes the PC mods? The same as before. I modded Red Dead Redemption so much previously. That was the first game I tried modding on, that I kind of just threw everything at it and it broke and I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. So I decided to remod it. I'm making the perfect version of Red Dead Redemption 2, the perfect remaster, and I've pretty much got it. I'm just fucking with the visuals right now because the game has its own visual settings. I downloaded a mod for visual settings, and my computer has visual settings. So I'm literally spending like an hour with the character not moving, just fucking with everything to get the picture perfect. But I got like so many mods in it that the entire map from the first game is there. Gangs fighting each other and shit. That's pretty much all I've been doing. In terms of gaming mod stuff. I did mod Grand Theft Auto 5 to have new locations and be in VR. And that's fucking cool. To be driving in a car in Grand Theft Auto. I'm like, I can actually fully look around and see everything. It's rad. This is a lot more fun to talk about than New York politics. As a Canadian, I welcome Godzilla. Thank you. I didn't say he would wipe out all Canadians. That's never been part of the plan. He's just going there and going to walk around. There's obviously good Canadians. I like maple syrup. I like poutine. It's never been anything like that. He just has to roam. It's so funny. One time on 70,000 Tons of Metal, this Canadian guy and his son came up to me and said they loved the channel. And they went, please don't send Godzilla to our house. And I was cracking up. It was great. 1 sec. GTA 5 VR sounds amazing. It will make you dizzy because you're driving in the game and shit's moving and it really feels like you're really in a car, but you're just standing still. So if you come to like a sudden halt, your body's just like, while you're standing still and you get really thrown off. 580 RTX. What is mine? It's something. I don't think it's 580. I think it's 560 maybe. I don't fucking remember. I would have to dig in and look it up. But anyway, it was because of Red Dead Redemption I got fully into like modding video games, upping all of my shit, like getting super into it. And yeah, anyway, can we actually start now? Yes. Thank you for cutting me off. Everyone boo me because I got distracted. Let's talk about some metal shit, shall we? Do we start with the festival's announcements? Well, you know what? We had something stupid with Dom in the chat saying he just came back from Headbangers Boat, and Headbangers Boat announced their lineup for next year. No, keep the bullshit coming. You guys know any conversation we're having, just be like, hey, mods, or like, hey, Star Wars. And you're like, what? Oh, no, come back. Fun being retarded. Lamb of God to be joined by Zach Sabbath, Dillinger Escape Plan, In Flames, Guar, others on 2026 Headbangers Boat. You know, it's funny that it was Megadeth doing their own boat. I think they did one cruise. I went on that one, and it was like when COVID was happening and a whole bunch of other reasons that it ended up not happening again. But Lamb of God played on that one, and then Lamb of God started their own cruise. I think it's probably the same cruise company. That would make sense. Dave was like, I want to fucking pay for a boat. Lamb of God's like, party on the seas. But yeah, so next year, so far, this is probably the main lineup. There might be another big name or so, but it's going to be Lamb of God, Zach Sabbath, which is Zach Wild covering Black Sabbath and I think Ozzy songs too. Dillinger Escape Plan, In Flames, Guar. Does Guar have all of their shit on the cruise? I think they've played before. Is Guar spraying blood on the cruise? Because that would be fucking amazing. But I feel like they're probably not. And I feel like what's the point in seeing Guar if you're not going to get a new free tie-dye shirt by being in the crowd? But if they have everything, that would be insane. You'll be in the pool, spraying blood. The Haunted, DRI. This is the most punk cruise out there. 200 stab wounds. This is what living in New York City is about to be like. Ex-cops. This is what living in New York. Sorry. Mark Morton band. If I'm being honest, I don't think the lineup is that strong compared to the other years. Like they had some bigger bands, right? I just saw Zach Sabbath last December. It was just Sabbath covers. There you go. I mean, it's not bad, but I wouldn't take that as like a big, holy shit, this is one of the selling points. I did not like the boat because XM Radio covers it. There you go. Rob Hellfire says, no, Guar isn't doing that anymore. I just saw Guar on Halloween. No blood, no gore, nothing, just music. Really? Are you lying? I'm pressing X to doubt, sir. That sounds very unbelievable to me. I'm going to need evidence of Guar being boring now. Maybe for Halloween, they're like, I'll dress down. Dragon Defender asks, what is your opinion on the band Seether? They're not something I listen to at all. What do you think of Guar's music without the blood? It's fun. I mean, I don't think anyone's saying Guar's the most like creative, technically skilled band out there, but it's just fun, dumb music. After I put them in some of my videos, I started playing some of their songs again. Like Saddam Go-Go is a lot of fun. Sick of You is a lot of fun. Ex-Cops is Guar unmasked, basically. I did not know that. Rob Hellfire says no lies. Something Stupid with Dom says, my brother in Christ, I just saw them. I have the Spew shirt on my wall. I am pressing X again to doubt Rob Hellfire, sir. Look up Guar live in Calgary, Alberta, Canada on Halloween. No blood, nothing. Music only. Let's see. It's going to pull up a Rickroll and be pissed off. Guar, Halloween, Calgary. I can't even fucking find anything. I don't know if I can find any videos of it. Sending me on a rabbit hole. Found a video from Toronto June 9th, but I don't know if I can find one from that exact show. They probably wanted to be normal for once. I don't know if any footage exists, but I'm telling you, no gore. Something stupid with Dom says, sorry, dude, but picture it didn't happen. That's where I have to tend to lean. Show me evidence and I'll believe you, but that sounds strange. Maybe it was this one show. Guar found Jesus. They felt bad. They're like, you know what, on this day, we want to give respect. That's weird. I wouldn't want to see Guar with no blood. That would be boring as shit. I was there. I'm guaranteeing you what I say is true. Well, that sounds like a weak Guar show. I'd probably ask for my money back if they didn't show any blood. Right, Rocket? Guar with no blood makes him fall asleep. Anyway. Yeah, I think the other years of the Headbangers Boat had stronger lineups so far. Maybe they'll come out with a banging one. But a band that is touring is AC/DC, still alive somehow. I don't know how that's even possible. Announces 2026 leg of Power Up tour. How old is this fucking band? I saw them in 2010 and they were amazing. I have no doubt that they still sound great, but if you somehow have not seen AC/DC yet in the year 2026 coming up, they're hitting all of the spots. Who's opening for them? If anybody. Oh, yeah. Pretty Reckless was opening for them. Don't think it says here. Dark Insanity. No. Is anyone planning to hit up AC/DC? Angus is 70 and Brian is 76. That's crazy. So I saw Alice Cooper just recently, and like the day before, I was watching videos of him performing in the 1970s. It's like, time is strange, isn't it? Anyway, they're alive, but they are old as fuck. Someone says once was enough. Damn. AC/DC was the only band I've seen live where I legit could not breathe in the crowd, and I had to fight my way backward to get to a space where I could just like... That was the one time I was actually worried. Chris K drops a $2 super chat. Shout out to Chris. Thank you, sir. Says, for the band drinking budget, Mara Jade lives. Yes, Mara Jade, dream girl. Most amazing woman in fiction. Maybe one of them for sure. If you don't know what I'm talking about, that is your fault and you need to do better. Rob Hellfire says, it was very strange indeed. I've seen Guar 5 previous times with all the blood and gore. This was the first time without it. I took my son and he was disappointed about no gore. That is fucking weird. I don't know. I would ask for a refund. Did they do like anything on? I'm assuming they still had their costumes, but like what they just played and didn't have shit going on. Their truck got stolen, probably. Mara Jade from the Star Wars Extended Canon. Yes, that is exactly what I am talking about. And what the other comment Chris K was talking about too. Huge nerd. I said don't mention Star Wars. I'm not going to mention anything metal related. You're going to keep distracting me. Download Festival has announced pretty much their whole lineup, I think, the majority of it. It is a flashback back to early 2000s. Probably similar lineup to probably 2001 or something. Blah, blah, blah. Here is the lineup. Headliners for Download in the UK. Those who don't know, Download is probably the biggest, at least in the UK. It's more metal focused, but as you can see, it's not an exclusively metal festival. It will have some actual heavy hitters thrown in at the bottom down here. But you're going to get headliners like Limp Bizkit, Guns N' Roses, and Linkin Park in 2025. I feel like I need to have a Mountain Dew, pop on Halo 2, and just rock out, because that's what this lineup makes me feel like looking at this. Don't you feel like you're 13 again? Just seeing these headliners on here. Or maybe it's just me. Biggest mainstream metal-ish festival. Bloodstock is 100%. Bloodstock is better. Yeah. I've been to both once. I would like to return to Bloodstock for sure. I had fun at Download. I saw a lot of huge bands I'll probably never see again. Like I saw Rage Against the Machine at Download. I saw Aerosmith there. They were amazing. AC/DC. I had a good time when I went. But yeah, it was definitely not the most underground of festivals by any means. Why is Limp Bizkit so famous that they get to headline so many festivals? I thought most people didn't like them. Most people pretended to not like them because it was cool to hate on them at the time. But everybody liked them. They would be in their high school, senior class, talking to their friends about how black metal they are. Have you heard of this band Mayhem? Oh, it's so brutal. I don't listen to this poser shit on the radio like Limp Bizkit. They're wearing their leather jacket with spikes on it. And then the moment they get home, they're blasting Nookie and singing along. That's what everybody did. No one wanted to admit it. But now, if you're not hockey, there are a lot of red hats in America right now. Not all of them are for a political reason. When I went to see Limp Bizkit recently, so many people were doing the whole costume with the backward red hat and everything. It was fucking hilarious. Disappointing that he didn't have one. I'm not going to lie. We do not hate on Limp Bizkit on this channel. All praise to the biscuit. L. Ron Hubbard Park is awesome. You have to have a high enough, midi-chlorian count to be able to watch them. I'm not against bands getting new vocalists, but the new Linkin Park vocalist is awful. And I'm also not Linkin Park fan, so maybe I just don't get it. A lot of people have said that she's grown on them, that she's gotten better, that she was rough at first, but has improved. And from the videos that I've seen of them performing live, I cannot agree with that. I'm not trying to hate, but she does not sound that good to me. Sorry. It still sounds like her voice cracks quite a lot. She kind of sounds like someone karaokeing to Linkin Park rather than actually taking it on. If you like it, great, fine, whatever, go see them. But for me, just listening to it, it's like, it just is not cutting it for me. At some show recently, they brought out Poppy to do a song. And when she was doing the normal vocals, I actually liked her better than Emily. So, like, I feel like a woman's vocal style can work for those songs, and Poppy was doing it well until she started trying to do her screams, and I was like, all right, I'm going to turn it off now. But, yeah, if you like new Linkin Park, I'm happy for you. It's not passing the test for me. I did not and do not like them. Nothing has changed. All hail the prophet Frederick Durst Esquire. Exactly. You mean an industry plant can't match a true artist? Say it ain't so. It's also true that a new singer being hired on is usually not going to be able to match the emotional level of someone who poured their heart and soul into the lyrics like Chester did, you know? Never was a fan of Linkin Park, to be fair. Slight nostalgia when they came on, and that's it. I was never that big into them, but I enjoyed the main songs. And then somewhat recently, I started getting into them for nostalgia and like enjoying playing them and having a good time. And that was like right before they came back with Emily in the band. And I was like, I'm losing interest again. I saw actual Linkin Park once at a festival. I didn't watch their full set because I was being a little hater at the time, being like, oh, I'm too metal for Linkin Park. But they did impress me from what I saw. Like, I remember their sound was really good, And Chester gave a shout out to Al Jorgensen from Ministry, and that very much surprised me. So I had to throw a little bit of respect on their name for that. But it's not all headliners at Download. We've got Bad Omens. No interest. Cypress Hill. I love Cypress Hill. Trivium. Trivium's all right. Architects. Fucking Bad Omens. Trivium Architects is kind of just, what does every festival have? Electric Callboy. Cool. Shout out to Tank. Hailstorm. Ice Nine Kills. Baby Metal. Everything popular that you can expect in the mainstream of rock. Pretty much right now and for the last decade. All American Rejects. No Trump supporters are allowed. Download the day that they're playing. The singer's going to personally check everyone's voting record. Feeder. Sepultura. Static X. Blood Incantation. See, as it goes down lower on the list of Download, it gets more exciting. For a lot of these big festivals that are more mainstream focused, if you're a more underground fan like I am or I used to be back in my day, don't get thrown off by the main bands at the top. It could still be a killer lineup down at the bottom. You don't have to go to the main stage at all. But we've got Ash, Bloodywood, Bush, Dogstar. Dogstar is Keanu Reeves' band. John Wick is going to be at Download, ladies and gentlemen. Don't touch a fucking dog. It will go bad. Hollywood Undead. Sophia's going to be happy for that. Imminence. Kubla Khan, Texas. I think Gundrummer was just hanging out with these guys. Landmarks. Let Live. Mammoth. I don't know any of the last couple I've said except for Kubla Khan. Paleface Swiss. So hot right now. Periphery. POD. This band is still going on. That's crazy. They pop up in like every festival in the corner somewhere. Or is it Rory? What the fuck is that? Rory. Scene Queen. That sounds terrible. That sounds like everything I hate in one name. Set It Off. Sleep Theory. That would be me during most of the lineup. Social Distortion. That's most of the people attending. Why is Social Distortion so far down on the list? Like, no hate to Blood Incantation whatsoever. They are definitely one of the best bands on the lineup so far. Don't you think Social Distortion should be higher than them on lineup? I would put Social D over fucking Feeder and leave Blood Incantation the same. Who made this? Come on. I'm not even the biggest Social D fan, but put some fucking respect on their name. Story of the Year. South Arcade. The Plot in You. Thornhill. Those goddamn crows. Throne. Tom Morello. Playing at one of the biggest, most capitalist festivals in the world to preach about the joys of socialism and to collect his big fat check. We came as Romans. Does it get any better down here? It does. It does, actually. Some have popped up. See, right now, not super appealing for me personally. There's some that I would see. Limp Bizkit for sure. Cypress Hill, but I've seen them a lot. I would want to say Behemoth, but I mean, they're so fucking cringe now, dude. That'd probably be cool. Bloodywood. Keanu. Anyway. What is the chat saying? I would quit if I was in Social Distortion. I'm not even a fan. I hung out with POD back in the day. They were cool, but the singer was a dick. There you go. I don't know what to say about that. Saw Kubla Khan on the boat. They are decent. Cool. Good old Uncle Al saw Ministry at Lollapalooza too. I don't know about that Antifa song, however. That's the thing. I still like Ministry's music, and live they are fucking great. And the last album, music-wise, still has some good stuff, but the lyrics, I don't even care that it's more on like the pro Antifa side or anything. it just feels like it got really simple and generic. Like, I feel like Ministry went from New World Order, Psalm 69, lies about 9/11 to goddamn white trash. It just is like, I did not glaze over Caveira. Something stupid with Dom. I said that would probably be cool. Come on. Oh, man. Shadowban says, one of my first shows was Ramones and Social D at the Avalon in Boston. I am fucking jealous. I would have loved to have seen the Ramones. I saw Marky Ramone and his band do Ramones songs, and that was fucking awesome. One of my favorite live albums is Ramones from, what is it, Rainbow Place, something? Dude, that's fucking sick. I'm jealous. There's like a literal handful of good bands that download. Better off going to Bloodstock or Damnation if you're in the UK. Oh, yeah. I agree with that 100%. But let's finish here. Down at the bottom, we've got Encore. As everything unfolds, as it is. What kind of ominous shit is this? As everything unfolds as it is. This is some NPC writing right here. What the fuck? Golendaries? Boundaries? I can't read. Boundaries. That makes a lot more sense than golden berries. Never claimed I was smart, guys. Catch your breath. Corrosion of conformity. There we fucking go. Decapitated. Heaviest band of the whole festival down here in a little fucking corner. No one can see it. Decapitated is sick. Die Spits. Dinosaur Pile Up. Another one I can't read. Drowning Pool is also still around somehow. Ego Kill Talent. Elder. Gate Creeper. See? It's getting a little better down here. Headwreck. Holy Water. Ivory. James and the Cold Gun. Lake Malice. Lake View. It's a lot of lakes here. Last Train. Lowen. Magnolia Park. I don't know. Mouth Culture. Nasty. Native James. I thought that was... Is that the same name or is this two different acts? I can't tell. Nasty Native James is not a bad name. Pussy Liquor. Rain City Drive. A lot of shit I don't recognize except for Snot. And that is pretty much it. Download lineup is not my bag, baby, is how I would put it. I would 100% rather go to Bloodstock if I had to choose. Bonehead says, I need Doc Brown's DeLorean. I want to go see SYL at Download. Oh, man. I never got to see SYL, the band, but I did get to see Devin Townsend perform almost a full set of strapping songs on 70,000 Tons of Metal, and that was fucking amazing. Shadowban says, yeah, I just find it odd that Ministry so brilliantly used Bush's New World Order speech only for Al to fall so easily into the divide and rule trap. Yep. Same opinion. Exact same opinion. It comes with age and laziness and wine. But anyway, there's not many bands on here that I would see. There's things that keep me entertained, but especially like if I lived in the UK, maybe I'd consider going if I wasn't going to be arrested for hate speech. But for someone like me coming from America, I wouldn't want to invest in traveling all the way for that lineup. I would for Bloodstock. I haven't seen the Damnation lineup one. Does Damnation have a lineup out yet? Not sure. Nothing wrong with hanging out at the smaller stages, but it does not seem worth it. Yeah, I agree. You got a license for those opinion go? Anyway, another festival that dropped their lineup after I just put in a video that they announced some bands but not much, and then oh wait, hang on, before we get to Graspop, Damnation is happening this weekend, so I guess they do have a lineup. Hopefully they're not 70,000 tons of metal. Now they seem to be doing better now too. Damnation Festival, Europe's largest indoor hootenanny. This is Damnation Fest. It is in the UK. Where is the lineup? It's apparently this weekend. I didn't know that. We have... I'm just going to list the bands I know. Anonymous Rock. Amazing fucking band. Fuck yes. Castle Rat. I heard that this band is a major industry plant, but I haven't looked into it. But when after the Dogma thing happened, people were telling me to look into that one. But anyway, allegedly. I haven't confirmed that yet. Deaf Heaven, Corrosion Conformity, Conjurer, Dead Guy, Devastator, Geria, Ghost, High on Fire, Meryl Streak. Who's this Danny Phil looking dude? Hell Ripper. This lineup is way better than Download next year. Napalm Death, Necrot, Nordic Giants. I don't know what that is, but it sounds neat. Orbit Culture. This lineup is way better than Download Festival next year. Onslaught, Panzerfaust, Perturbator, like metal adjacent awesome act. Pig Destroyer, Spectral Wound, Primordial. I just like the name. Stamping Ground. I don't know what they sound like. The Haunted, Wormrot. This lineup is way better and probably significantly cheaper than Download's going to be. Yeah, that's a good lineup. They have Perturbator. Oh, shit. Nordic Giant sounds like an energy drink. I would absolutely chug that unhealthily. UK Metal Festival will be like those censored movies that they put on television, Woke Metal Festival. I was wondering about that, honestly, with the UK getting so strict on hate speech and jokes and stuff. Does that play any effect into metal shows, metal people? Is it like a written rule? Like when you come in here, you can say whatever you want? I don't know. Anyone from the UK watching, please chime in and educate a stupid American. It wouldn't surprise me. Castle Rat blew up overnight. I saw them live, and they did put on a great show, but it was sold out, which is very odd for my area. Guitarist was rude off stage, though. There you go. Usually industry plants are, so. I'll look into that one, and if it is confirmed, then I will report on it, but I haven't dug into it yet. Christopher says you're a Canon and Fabler fan, which is why I'm still confused you're making jokes about Dogma. I do not understand the correlation. You're welcome to explain more, but is Canon and Fabler supposed to be an industry plant fake band? I don't think so. But if they are, I'm willing to hear. A lot of artists in the UK festivals across the board are using the platform to talk about Palestine right now. Probably the only thing you can talk about without getting thrown in jail immediately. Still? I thought that was out of favor now. Where's suffocation? Kinky Sizemore says, just don't call the Winnie the Pooh leader Winnie the Pooh. Insult all politicians. Anyway. Graspop Metal Meeting in Belgium. We're going from the UK to Belgium. Announced pretty much their full lineup. There's a couple hidden here. But from the looks of it, better than Download. Also a huge festival for those who are unaware. I went once in 2008. I would love to go again. Just hasn't happened yet. First day headliner is a mystery. Ooh. Any guesses? Who could it be? Maybe someone who hasn't announced a tour yet? Or someone who hasn't been fully paid yet? Or, I don't know, Dark Insanity? Who's to say? We got Within Temptation, A Day to Remember, Accept, Ego Death Kill, and one more. I'm good. Accept is cool. But besides that, I'm good off the stage. Second stage headliner, Limp Bizkit, as you should. Fuck yeah. Opening for Limp Bizkit is Megadeth. How do you piss off all metal fans from the late 90s and early 2000s? You show them that. How many thrashers are throwing six-packs at their computer monitor right now? The disrespect. I mean, I'm cool with it. I think it's funny, but telling everyone Megadeth is opening for Limp. It's their final tour on their farewell tour. They're opening for Limp Bizkit. Suffer Megadeth. We're catching up. Did I miss anything about the talk? No. Anyway. Still better than opening for 5. I 1000% agree with you. Opening for Limp Bizkit would be an honor. Opening up for Five Finger Death Punch would be disappointing. Megadeth fans skew old. Limp Bizkit goes on past their bedtime. You know what? Honestly, that's a very good point. And if I was Dave Mustaine, I would want to do the same fucking thing. I was thinking about that when I saw Alice Cooper and Judas Priest, because Alice Cooper played first. And I was thinking about, like, I've seen Alice play with Rob Zombie, I think Manson, like a bunch of people. And I'm pretty sure Alice usually does play before the other one. And I was like, maybe he just wants to go to bed at a decent time, play his rock show, have dinner, and hit the hay. And I'm like, you know what? Respect. I fully support. I love when we don't play at 11 p.m. It's great. You reach that point, you're like, oh, we want to be the headliner, but then you get big enough to you're like, we want to play at a decent time, make it home for Murder, She Wrote. Anyway, under Megadeth is Tom Morello. That's a fun back-to-back political conversation right there. You know what? I don't want to watch either of them play. I want to watch Dave Mustaine and have a debate with Tom Morello. I honestly would find that more entertaining. But we got Windrose, which I think is awesome. When I saw them, they were a lot of fun. Static X, Someone Else. You've got Anthrax headlining the third stage. Under them is Cult of Luna. Septic Flesh. I fucking love Septic Flesh. That is sick. This one day is better than Download's entire lineup. What does that say down there? Wolves in the Throne Room. Gate Creeper. Snot. 2 more that have not been announced yet. Then we've got the Dillinger Escape Plan with Pennywise. That'd be I've never seen Pennywise. That would be cool. John Coffey. That's fucking weird. I used to know someone with that name. What does that say? Something Else, Throne, and 2 more bands. And then headlining the smallest stage, we have Plant. Opening for them is Bloodywood. So Bloodywood is the actual headliner of this stage, and then you get to see Industry Plant. Lakeview, The Funeral Portrait. I can't read these, they're too small. Not a bad first day, honestly. If I was going, I would see Bloodywood. Where'd Pennywise go? I would check out Pennywise. Septic Flesh, of fucking course. Anthrax, Limp Bizkit. Can we go Anthrax, Limp Bizkit back to back? It probably would. What does the chat say? Grass Poop. Too small to see who the Industry Plant band is. It's President. which is the industry plant of industry plants. I don't normally watch react channels on YouTube, but I decided to look up Some for President, and even the most like mainstream of reactors were like, this is clearly an industry plant band. Gross. I disavow President in every way. Get the fuck out of here. Headliner on the second day is Volbeat. That's kind of weird. They blew up really fast. They're not a plant band because I remember when they were small, but it was like overnight. They went from this cool kind of blues metal band to headlining all the big festivals. Another one that has not been announced yet, Alter Bridge. Nothing. 2 bands, Volbeat and Alter Bridge. Thanks for nothing. Get out of here. Second stage headliner, Twisted Sister. Why is Twisted Sister under Volbeat? Come on. I would put Twisted Sister headlining here on their 50th reunion. This should be the main stage. This should be the second stage. Someone fucked up when they were editing this together. If you look through the other days too. Under them is Breaking Benjamin. No thanks. Trivium, Mammoth, Drowning Pool. Twisted Sister so far is cool. But we've also got Death to All, Possessed, Old Man's Child, Forbidden, I don't know, and 2 more. Not bad with Death to All and Old Man's Child. Lionheart. Isn't that Steve Harris's other band from Iron Maiden? Kubla Khan, We Came as Romans. More that I can't fucking read at all. I think Guilt Trip is on there. Guilt Trip is cool. Uncle Acid and the Deadbeats, Cadaver. I can't fucking read these at all. You guys need to fix this. Okay. Third day. Main stage. Bring Me the Horizon headlining with Architects, Ice Nine Kills, Hollywood Undead, and 2 more. I am not going to be there. Second stage headliners, we have Bad Omens, Limp Bizkit and Twisted Sister, far surpassing them for me. Baby Metal, 3 Days Grace, Sepultura, POD again, 1 more act, another act. For the really metal shit, we got 6 Feet Under, Moonspell, Corrosion of Conformity. Seems like they're hitting most of the festivals. Lacuna Coil, Uda, I think that's how it's said, and more I can't read. Headlining, fourth, how many fucking stages are here? 4th stage, Avatar with Queensryche, Primal Fear, and that one German band that I couldn't pronounce even if I could read it. It's not Canon and Favorite. And then headlining the last stage, we've got Tesseract, Catch Your Breath, Loathe, Rivers of Nile. And that's all I can read there. So far, I think the first day is pretty exciting. The 2 middle days are pretty lacking. There's like, I would want to see Twisted Sister. Death to All would be sweet. Guilt Trip and Kubla Khan would be fun and violent. Third day is kind of bare, for me at least. Like Corrosion, Conformity, Lacuna Coil. Yeah. Damn. Last day is always stacked. But see what I mean here? This should be the second stage. This should be the main stage. Because on the main stage, the main headliner is Sabaton with Electric Cowboy, Black Label Society. But on the second stage is Def Leppard with Alice Cooper and Foreigner. Copy, paste, move that one up here. Then that would make sense. That's weird. I don't know why you would do it like that. It's fucking weird to see Electric Cowboy, Sabaton up top, and then Def Leppard and Alice Cooper down here in the bottom. Hey, guys, remember us? But we've also got Mastodon with Venom. Hell yeah. That's better than the middle 2 days. The Gathering. Is that... It looks like Canon and Fabad. along with Decapitated and Get. Oh, damn. All right. I would go to the last day of Graspop for sure. That's cool. Plotting You, Bury Tomorrow, Lagwagon, Set It Off, Harm's Way, Scowl, Carpenter Brute, Solstifield. Hey! For the drive back from Southern Festival back to Reykjavik, the singer for Solstifield gave me a drive. That was cool. Periphery. Something else. Others that I can't read. But there's enough on this last day that I would definitely be interested. Sabaton, Electric Callboy, Alice Cooper. I don't know if I've ever seen Foreigner. Europe was a lot of fun when I saw them. Venom, Canon Fever, Decapitated, Garia, Solstifield. Overall, it's all right. There's things I would be excited to see, for sure. I like it more in the download lineup. A Sophia Anadel says, I'm not a big fan of this lineup. Bam. What does the chat think? I almost screamed when you said Hollywood Undead. They do play festivals. This is true. Def Leppard fans are already 1 foot in the grave. This is also true. But still, it's just... Doesn't it look weird in terms of names? Man, I've only heard a few good bands. Old Man's Child, Lacuna Coil, Septic Flesh, Rivers of Nile, Gate Creeper. Yep. And then fun, like nostalgic shit like Limp Bizkit. I still like Sabaton. I don't want to see their big, massive show with tanks and shit. Does Carnivore AD have any OG Carnivore members in it? I think so. I don't fucking know. I don't know. We played with him at the Whiskey once. That's pretty much all I know about that. Zasper says, I wonder why we are seeing so many industry plants now. Maybe rap and hip-hop are actually losing fans, so the record execs are taking the opportunity to get their people in the limelight. Maybe. I don't know. It's also just kind of like as metal has gotten bigger and become more accepted in the mainstream, it's gonna just kind of be natural that people will start creating products in it rather than actual music. Most things start off with good intentions and from a good place and then get morphed into something shitty over time. I think Sabaton got better as they got older. I don't know about that. Old Sabaton is really, really good. I do feel like the latest album is a little generic and not exciting. It's not terrible. There's songs I definitely like, but I feel like it was a little more heavy hitting with earlier stuff. Like, I want to love their song about Napoleon. I fucking love Napoleon. Epic as shit. But I just think the lyrics are really cheesy. And I just can't, like, I will conquer you. I will do. And I'm like, I want it to be a little more epic and grabbing, but whatever. Anyway. By the way, Gamma Bomb and Lynch King are co-headlining EU. Cool. Both good bands. Fuck, hang on. This was something that I didn't see yet. Speaking of Limp Bizkit, we have more details on their bass player who just died. And Limp Bizkit is still doing all their shows and tours and stuff. I don't know, but late Limp Bizkit bassist Sam Rivers died in bathroom. Dramatic 911 call. I'm probably not going to play the 911 call, don't worry. The bassist for the new metal group Limp Bizkit died in a bathroom in his Florida home, and it sounds like he fell off the toilet. Ow. TMZ obtained the incident report from Sam's death, and in the documents, a deputy with the St. Johns County Sheriff's Department says the caller named Keely, whatever, told law enforcement she found him face down in the bathroom before calling 911. We obtained the audio You hear Keely telling dispatchers she found Sam in a pool of blood. Then she gets emotional as she performs CPR. Yeah, I'm not going to play that. There's nothing to benefit from hearing it. The deputy says when they arrived, they performed CPR on Sam until St. Johns County arrived and pronounced him dead. They say Sam appeared to have a cut over his eye, a possible result from a fall from the toilet. In the report, the deputy says Sam's face and neck were dark blue, while the rest of his body was flushed, which is gross, which they note is commonly seen in instances of pulmonary embolism. The deputy says they found a small amount of coagulated blood in the bathroom where he died, presumably from where he fell. But a small coagulated blood or a pool of blood? That's shitty. That sounds terrifying. Keely told deputies Sam had a liver transplant in 2018 and was taking several medications for his liver and other related issues. She also told deputies Sam smoked weed and occasionally drank alcohol. The official cause of death is unclear. But that is a shit way to go out. I once blacked out and bashed my head on the toilet, and reading this, I was like, oh, wow, I could have died. That's scary. That's shitty, dude. You don't want to go out and just such a... I think most people, you don't want to die at all, but you tend to think of, oh, but if I do, hopefully it's some either epic, badass way or peaceful, just like in your sleep. No one's like, oh, I hope I die by just tripping in the bathroom and bashing my head on the toilet. That's sad. Shitty is one way of putting it. It's pissy. It's a lot of things. Went out like Gigi from The Sopranos. That would be the most Limp Bizkit way to go. Too soon. Too soon. Oh, real quick comment here back to Sabaton. Anakin says, no one will convince me that The Great War is not their best album. Dude, maybe my favorite Sabaton song is Great War. That one is so fucking epic. That one is like pounding, but still serious and not so overtly cheesy like the Napoleon one is. I love the video from Vakken where they're playing it with both stages shooting fire. Oh, like when I listen to the song Great War, I just picture cannons going off, decimating borders. It's epic. Stuff like this makes you realize just how frail the human body actually is. I know. It's sad. I always think that when I'm watching movies like The Avengers or some big action movie where there's like big explosions running through buildings falling apart and everything. No one ever dies by just tripping on a rock and just bashing their head. Well, shit, there goes the action hero. How did James Bond die? He tripped. Fuck. You know? I've always, like when I used to watch The Walking Dead back when it was good 184 years ago, and they'd be surviving all these crazy battles. Like, no one ever just trips and just, oh, shit, there goes Rick. I'm no doctor, but would have something to do with the liver transplant, maybe. It could have something to do with the medication. If you had medication and weed, you could have blacked out. And you could black out for any fucking reason. I would assume he was standing up and fell. I don't know how you'd get enough gravitational force if you were sitting on the toilet and fell. Unless you landed on like something sharp. I would assume you'd have to be standing to be able to get that much force down. Right? Doesn't Rocket look so cute while we're talking about this horrific death? See, streamers and YouTubers out there, if your pet actually loves you, it will stay in the shot without needing to be electrocuted. Just a little fun tip for anyone out there. That scene in World War Z where the scientist trips and shoots himself, I don't even remember that. That's hilarious, though. I do love that shit. It's always like in Tropic Thunder, when the director steps on a bomb and just explodes. That shit is hilarious. Shadowban says, a couple of weeks ago, I fell asleep at like 2 a.m. while sitting in my chair. I tipped over and did a face plant on the concrete. Blood everywhere. Not my finest moment. That's when you tell people you were attacked. Someone broke into your house and tried to kill you. Kinky Sizemore said, yeah, newer Sabaton is borderline crap. I wouldn't go that far, but I definitely wish they'd put a little more creativity and thought into it. It sounds pretty processed at this point. Rocket looks just like my kitty Molly. That is sweet. Sounds like Limp Bizkit guy might have had a heart problem or something like that. Yeah, it's something unfortunate. What topic should we jump to now? If I wear this mask, your fuck says Muslims don't like dogs. That's why he used it as a prop. Yeah, I know. And yeah, I know who Hassan really is. It's easy to tell. I know why he does the things he does. Dude, people were getting in arguments with me. In one of my videos, I made a throwaway joke about Hassan electrocuting his dog. And a couple of people were commenting saying, what the fuck are you talking about? How can you say that? Oh, you're clearly a Trump supporter if you don't like Hassan. Like, there's the video of him electrocuting his dog. A couple of them are like, what are you talking about? Or clearly didn't even watch the video, but we're trying to be like, what the fuck are you saying? Like, go look at it. Don't get mad at me. Shit. Don't hate the messenger. Let's talk about your weightlifting equipment and suffocation. I think that guy disappeared. He hasn't commented on the videos in a minute, I don't think. Want to see. I have not watched this yet. Probably something interesting for the channel. Rockfeed with the dark side of Spotify exposed in a lawsuit. We are big fans of lawsuits on this channel. Which, by the way, all the former members of Dogma are so welcome to come on here at any point and talk all they want. Or just give me the contract and I'll read the whole thing. I'd be happy to do that. Please talk about your interview with Lambgoat. I would definitely do that. Since I pulled up the video, let's watch and react to this first, and then I will give my thoughts on the Lambgoat interview I just did. We'll get to the Watchmojo thing. We're not there yet. I know that one's still coming. But we're gonna do this, and then I'm gonna give thoughts on the Lambgoat interview, and then before we end, we're definitely doing the Watchmojo one, because I laughed audibly when I saw that pop up. It's like, huh? It's like if your mom is like, hey, I just wanted to talk to you about the greatest black metal bands. Like, what? I love the Sidious electrocute dog memes. It's so funny. I posted that immediately when it happened. I put like, his dog stands up, his song like, psh. Which, by the way, if anyone can seize the means of Kaya and present her to me, I will give her a much better life than that piece of shit does. Anyway. What, do I have permission to roast? Of course! I am no one's off limits for being roasted. Ever. Anyway. Rockfeed presents Dark Side of Spotify. Let's see what this is.
A very interesting and significant lawsuit has been filed against Spotify, and it could have major implications on the music industry. Now, we know that artists have become increasingly reliant on streaming, as it's pretty much the primary form of consumption in music now. Obviously, people are streaming nonstop. It's so convenient. You don't have to take a CD and open.
We have a contender for top 5 comments of the year, ladies and gentlemen. From the hydrant to the tree, Kaya will be free. That is fucking fantastic. That is my. I need protesters in front of Hassan's house chanting that. We need the fucking burkas with pictures of Kaya all over them. From the hydrant to the tree, Kaya will be free. That is amazing. Opposite of boo this man to that comment. That's amazing.
The plastic and then open the CD case and then put it in the CD player. You can just pull your phone out of your pocket and pretty much pull up any artist you want to listen to. Me, I still am kind of partial to the CD era. I've kind of gotten a little bit into vinyl, but overall, I want to listen to an album. I've got my headphones, I've got my iPhone, and I can just start playing the album.
I'm playing all your albums on stream. I'll let you know right now. Like, I respect people who buy physical music still. That's awesome. I just don't.
Now, this lawsuit alleges that Spotify is intentionally looking the other way while one of the...
I just remembered something really fucking funny about Spotify. I'm considering playing after this. It's extremely offensive, though.
biggest artist, Drake, is allegedly getting billions of fake...
Hey, look, a PDF file.
Streams. Now, they claim there's a vast network of bots involving how streams are counted on Spotify, and they explain what they claim is a scheme Spotify is involved in to actually dilute the payouts to pretty much all of the artists on Spotify. And it has to do with an overall, let's say, a pot of money, the funds that are included from subscriptions, and from that monetary amount, you're paid based on what percentage of streams you had. So
a really stupid way of don't get into music to make money. No matter, even without Spotify involved, just don't at all.
Imagine if one of the top artists had a massively inflated, insurmountable number, and they end up getting, or their label ends up getting, a massive payout. Potentially their label could be a business partner of Spotify, and you could have a major issue on your hands. Now, Spotify has just responded to this as well. And while this story involves Drake and hip hop, this is something that could affect all artists. We've seen also in recent years that lawsuit filed by Limp Bizkit against their label, where they allege that there were issues with accounting. That matter still remains ongoing.
All hail Frederick.
But here's what we know about this very interesting lawsuit just filed against Spotify. The brand new high-stakes lawsuit just landed, and it claims that billions with a B of Drake's streams aren't from real fans. The lawsuit alleges it's all mass-scale fraudulent streaming, and it accuses Spotify of knowing all about it and turning a blind eye while legit artists get financially screwed. Now,
business as usual in the music world. I mean, obviously easier now to do with AI and bot armies, but there's always been astroturfed artists.
The man involved in the suit,
not supporting it, I'm just saying,
is a West Coast hip-hop veteran named RBX. He's actually Snoop Dogg's cousin and was featured on Dr. Dre's iconic album, The Chronic.
Gang.
RBX just filed a massive class action lawsuit in California's...
Hey, that is where I live. Not to dox myself, he's almost standing near my apartment's probably over here somewhere. Don't come find me. I will sell you.
District court. But here's the first major twist. Drake is not being sued himself as part of this situation. The lawsuit names only Spotify as the defendant. RBX and the other artists in the suit are accusing Spotify of failing to stop and even benefiting from this alleged stream fraud. Now, the suit claims this practice causes, quote, massive financial harm to all other legitimate artists, songwriters, and producers. And this is all part, as I mentioned, of that stream share model, how they pay the artists and producers. Basically, all the money from subscriptions and ads goes into that giant pool. Spotify divides that pool based on each artist's percentage of the total streams. And let's just keep it simple. Let's say the pool is $1 billion and Drake's music accounts for 10% of all streams on the platform. He and his label get 10%.
What the fuck is this flower shit up here, dude?
Of the pool, or $100 million, just for hypothetical sake. But if this lawsuit is right and a substantial chunk of those streams are fake bots.
He looks like everyone I hate. If someone asked me to just draw a stereotype of the type of person you can't stand the most in the world, I would draw that picture.
Then Drake's real share
Maybe a little more neck hair.
Should have been a smaller number. And so that extra money he was paid doesn't just come from Spotify. It would come directly out of the pockets of every other artist. If the biggest artist share is artificially inflated, everyone else's slice of the pie gets smaller. The lawsuit gets very specific with the claims against Drake's numbers. It alleges that a quote, substantial non-trivial percentage of Drake's approximately 37 billion streams between January 2022 and September 2025 were inauthentic and appeared to be the work of a sprawling network of bot accounts.
I believe it. I believe you'd find that with most mainstream artists.
The suit claims there's voluminous information to prove it, pointing to things like, quote, abnormal VPN usage, to hide where the bot streams were coming down. And with that, I would like to thank our sponsor no, I'm just kidding.
I was going to say, I was fast forward.
It gives one wild example. Over just a 4-day period in 2024, at least 250,000 streams of Drake's song No Face came from Turkey, but were, quote, falsely geo-mapped through the coordinated use of VPNs to the United Kingdom in an attempt to obscure their origins. The complaint also alleges that a large percentage of accounts streaming Drake's music were concentrated in areas, quote, whose population could not support that high volume, with some streams
got more listens than the population.
Reportedly coming from locations with 0 residential addresses. So this is interesting. They're really taking kind of
wow, there's a lot of Drake fans in Antarctica.
An IT approach from this and coming in with some data.
These bot farms need to be destroyed. Everyone who works for a bot farm is being sent to Alligator Alcatraz. I've decided right now.
Going to be very interesting to see how this plays out. The suit also points to significant and irregular uptick months for Drake's songs long after they should have faded, and slower and less dramatic decay rates compared to his contemporaries. But this might be the craziest allegation. The lawsuit claims, quote, a massive amount of accounts were listening to Drake's music 23 hours a day. It claims that
I just really love this song.
Less than 2% of these users accounted for roughly 15% of Drake's total streaming, which is a staggering number of streams. So the big question is Spotify actually letting this happen? And if so, why?
Because they're in cahoots with the record owners, the record labels, and they can just pass money. You can inflate our artists and we pay you and do.
Lawsuit has a claim.
People like to act like these things are so complicated. They're really not.
For that too, it alleges Spotify, quote, deliberately turns a blind eye for its own benefit. It points to Spotify's ad-supported free tier, where bots can easily create millions of fake accounts without needing a credit card. The suit claims that by letting bots run wild, Spotify can present, quote, high stream and user activity numbers to its advertisers. The complaint states, quote, for Spotify, more users and music streams means more advertising dollars, so long as the true origin of the streams remains hidden. And now Spotify has just responded to this situation.
And to piss off people who don't like it, then Spotify runs ads from ICE. I guess a lot of people got mad because they were doing ICE ads on Spotify. I don't know. I pay so I don't listen to fucking commercials.
In a statement released to Rolling Stone, they said the following. The statement reads, we cannot comment on pending litigation. However, Spotify in no way benefits from the industry-wide challenge of artificial streaming. We heavily invest in always improving best-in-class systems to combat it and safeguard artist payouts with strong protections like removing fake streams.
AI wrote that. Straight to jail.
Withholding royalties and charging penalties. Our systems are working. In a case from last year,
I'm afraid I can't do that, David.
One bad actor was indicted for stealing $10 million from streaming services, only 60,000 of which came from Spotify, proving how effective we are at limiting the impact of artificial streaming on our platform.
And you don't like when it doesn't serve your bank account.
Spotify even has a resource page on their website dedicated to the issue of artificial streaming. Now, this is a pretty ironic situation because Drake is being accused of benefiting from bots just weeks after a judge threw out his own lawsuit where he himself accused Kendrick Lamar of doing the exact same thing. Seemingly, there are a lot of artists that are concerned about this issue. Drake actually would sue Universal Music Group, claiming the label had used bots to, quote, artificially inflate the popularity of Kendrick's diss song against him called
The one,
Not Like Us.
the one where he calls them a PDF file and a judge shot down that like isn't allowed. So I think legally you can say that things about Drake.
Judge later summarily dismissed Drake's case, and she ruled that his evidence, which included tweets, was insufficient to meet the standard of proof. Now, the class action lawsuit from RBX is seeking damages in excess of $5 million.
I don't normally agree with calling people PDF files if there's not hard evidence, but it seems like the judge said it's fine in that case.
Though
Allegedly. Don't quote me. I'm not a doctor.
the real number, if their lawsuit was successful, would likely be hundreds of millions, and they're asking for a full jury trial. His attorney said, quote, when streams are artificially inflated on a large scale, it affects the income of countless songwriters, performers, and producers. It's going to be really interesting seeing how this lawsuit plays out. It sounds like they have some sort of data that they're pointing to, talking about
Pedophile. All right, that was the word I was dancing around. But you're right. I guess you can say that allegedly that Drake is a pedophile. That's what it seemed like from that lawsuit. Don't quote me, quote Kendrick Lamar. But no, you're right. Anyway.
About the geolocations of where the streams were coming from. I thought the part there where they claimed they could show that many of the streams were coming from places where residences weren't even there was also pretty interesting. We're going to be watching this situation closely. Let me know what you all think about this down in the comments. And as always, be sure to subscribe with notifications on for
Spotify and Drake both suck. Speaking. All right, fuck it. I'm going to try to find this hilarious clip. As an example of, I guess, what you can say and get away with on YouTube. Since we were talking about Spotify not paying people. No, I don't know what that means. I am an old grumpy person. What do people think about Spotify? Let's hear from Tin Dillon what he has to say about Spotify. This is old. This is from when Joe Rogan first signed with Spotify. Tim Dillon, the comedian, likes to make jokes. We'll see if I get in trouble even for playing this.
The show's moving to Spotify exclusively. Nothing will change about the show. We're going to be exclusive to Spotify for audio and video. They've negotiated a deal with us that will be coming out in the news very soon, which is really cool. We're negotiating right now with the CEO of Spotify. Bring him up, this guy. And the negotiations have been, his name's Daniel Elk. He's the guy here, and he's like a bald Norwegian pedophile. And we're negotiating with him. And what's hard about doing that is every time we try to do that, he's fucking children and blowing their brains out in Sweden or wherever the hell he lives, and then throwing their lifeless corpses over his Viking ship into the ocean. That being said, this bald person has given us a really good indication that we're going to be on Spotify. Of course, you know, the platform where they rob musicians who are mostly brain dead drug addicts. So we said we don't have a problem with that. We especially like that they're going to keep robbing musicians and taking the little drug money that these people have left. But Daniel Eck, is it Eck or Elk?
It's Eck.
It's Eck. That's part of the negotiation, is we pretend not to know his name. But Daniel Ek, who is a Nazi Viking pedophile, the CEO of Spotify, we try to negotiate with him, and we get on all these Zoom meetings. And on every Zoom meeting, and this is true, he's got behind him, he has the Nazi flag, and he has so much cool Nazi memorabilia that's so hard to get. Yeah. It's so hard to get the things he has.
We like comedy on this channel, ladies and gentlemen.
And they're always displayed behind him, Spotify. But we were surprised at the offer, which is right now, the offer is $18 billion. And we're shocked at that. He says he wants to build a new Epstein Island to train Nazi youth with us. And I'm excited about that. Unvaccinated Nazi youth on a new island. Daniel Ek, is it Ek or Elk? Ek, CEO of Spotify. We have a new deal with Spotify for $1 trillion to launder human trafficking and drug money through our podcast at Spotify. And that's why we were late. We were late because Daniel Ek, the CEO of Spotify, has offered us a deal. So
anyway, this is an old-ass clip, but that shit was fucking killed, man. Tim likes to push the limits of what he can say and somehow does not seem to get in any trouble. Do you guys know that comedy festival in Saudi Arabia that just happened? Everyone is mad about for the comedians to perform at. Tim was invited to perform, but he got kicked off of it for joking about Saudi Arabia having slave labor. Oh my God. Anyway. He was also supposed to perform at Psycho Las Vegas when I went and he canceled. He blamed some dumbass reason. I knew he was lying. But check out Tim Dillon. Dude is fucking hilarious. Anyway, dying of comedy. Someone said, dude sounds like a liberal white woman, but funny. He is a gay, I think, libertarian. More like center-right. He'll have lunch with J.D. Vance and then interview Bernie Sanders on his show. And make horrendous jokes at all of them. Where's the joke? This is factual. Yeah, that was just a statement right there. There was no... That was all comedy. Don't get mad at me. I didn't even say any of that shit. Anyway, before we get to Watchmojo's dumbass, which we're going to in a second, someone was asking my thoughts on the interview I did with Lurk from Lambgoat. If you guys saw that one recently, the full interview, unedited, is on the channel, but also I cut together. So Rocket, you're on camera. Bruh. Get in the shot collar. Come on. Anyway. Jesus Christ. You got excited talking about all the weird stuff, didn't you? Yeah, someone asked my opinion on it. If you guys saw the chat, I had to edit it down into a more understandable moment because that dude was rambling like fuck. But yeah, what do you guys think of the interview with Lurk from Lambgoat talking about the Ronnie Radke drama? Rocket licks his balls to that conversation. Yeah, to give some behind the scenes on it, I guess. Shock him, make him feel better. It's not a... I wish I had it right now. Jesus Christ. Stop. Everyone's watching you. Anyway, Lurk had some good points, but Def let his own bias show while claiming to be unbiased. He rambled a bit too much, in my opinion. Yeah. Like, there's obviously things that he would know that I would have no idea of knowing. You know, I have no idea if Ronnie Radke was contacting his girlfriend at 7 a.m. or if he told a bunch of fans in a secret group to bombard him or anything like that. I don't know that. But I did feel like if I leave this comment up, it blocks him out. I did feel like he was going way too biased and personal attacks. I understand him, having issues with Ronnie now, but it doesn't help when you're trying to prove that, no, we weren't lying about this story. Our reason being is because I don't think liberal cities would want to go see him, and his fans wear Crocs to Walmart, and his fans would like Lambgoat more than his music. Like, there were so many points he was trying to make where I really felt like he probably had not had a conversation about Ronnie with someone who wasn't just seal clapping to every Ronnie insult he made. Watch a video of any other metal YouTuber, and they'll be like, Ronnie's a piece of shit, and the other one will be like, and then just go off. And I was like, I'm trying to get to like the facts of the situation. If you prove he's lying, I'll show it. But yeah, to be fully honest, I didn't want to do it in the first place. Lyric emailed me saying that he had issues with the interview I did with Jordina, where we talked about that situation when it happened. I did think it was a bit strange to wait 2 months later to want to talk about it, but I didn't want to. But my thought was like, am about being fair and honest in reporting, and I really don't have a bias. If Ronnie was lying about the whole situation, I'd happily show it to people. I don't care. But so I was like, it's only fair to like let him speak, give him his chance, or give and bounce off it. And I didn't want to be like, you're fucking, wrong or whatever. But I just want to be like, well, what do you have to say about this going against the claim? This going against the claim. I did find it very strange that he said that he had such a problem with the interview, and that Jordina that I interviewed had said so many like outlandish things, but then he immediately admitted that he only watched maybe 20 minutes of it and didn't watch the full thing. And then he didn't even address any of the points that she mentioned. He was just like, I have no idea who that is. No idea who that is. Even when I was showing all of the articles she'd written in the last like month or two, and he's like, I've never heard of her before. I'm like, okay. I agree that you're probably not best friends, but I did not buy a lot of the things that he had to say. Let me be honest. Very strange dude. Some of it I wasn't able to follow along with him. Yeah. Bit pretentious. Bit high and mighty neckbeardy. I agree that Lambgoat's nowhere near the worst metal outlet out there by any fucking means. I think Metal Injection's like unusable now. Shout out to them if they're watching. But Gerbert says, the way Ronald deals with haters is so stupid. I have positive and negative things against him. He's funny and stupid. I think that's fair. I'm at no point ever going to be like, Ronnie Radke is the greatest person ever. He's never made a mistake. And if you don't like him, you're dumb. Like, no, I'm all about truth and honesty and what's fair and whatnot. I told Lurk to his face that I support Ronnie calling out these like complete bullshit accusations against him. I don't support leaking anyone's phone numbers or addresses or anything like that. And this is how you meet in the middle. I wear Crocs to Walmart, but I don't like falling in reverse. That's fair. If you're going to make points like that, have the data to back it up. He probably got the resources too, but it's just hearsay and unfounded opinions otherwise. Yeah! Like, if he had pulled up an email that said it was from the venue and saying, like, yeah, we can confirm it's because of low ticket sales, I'd be like, oh, shit. But then just saying, I have a guy. I trust him. Trust me, bro. Even if you're telling the truth, you can't verify it, at least to me, so how am I going to go off of that? Sounds like he's hiding something. I want to see an interview with you and Ronnie now. Make it happen. So let me be transparent. I thought it was really funny that Lurk, at the end of it, I was saying, like, Ronnie's probably going to see this. And he's like, yeah, someone's going to send it to him, one of his, like, Ronsters or whatever. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to send it to him. He's going to see it. It's public. It's not like leaking any info or anything. You're making some pretty big claims to him. I'm not like anti or super pro or anything. So I was just like, hey, just so you know, that guy you were beefing with wanted to come on and beef some more. Just letting you know. I did DM with Ronnie a little bit, mostly just of him laughing about the whole situation. Besides that, like, I told Ronnie if he wants to, he could come on and talk about it. I'm under no like, oh, please come on and like. Ronnie has the same invite as Zoe, as the same as the girls from Dogma, as everyone. Like, if you would like to come on and say your side, like I allowed Lurk to and everything, more than welcome to. I am not someone to beg for interviews or anything like that. But it was funny that like I'd never talked to Ronnie before, but I sent him a DM just being like, hey, this interview happened, just letting you know. And he was like, what the fuck, bro? And like going off. He wasn't mad at me, but it was just funny. And now we're best grifting works, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I'm saying. You got to grift. Yes, have Diddy come on. I would 100% welcome. I don't know. Maybe welcome's the wrong word. I would have Diddy on the show. We would definitely get views. But yeah. I feel like an interview with Ronnie would require third-party moderators to keep it in check, although chaos is entertaining. I will say that, like, if he wanted to come on and chat about it, like, that would be cool just because he was at the center of the conversation. Besides that, I don't feel like bringing that up more. I didn't feel like bringing it up again then, but I feel like it was only fair for Lurk to share his side. But I was like, first question is, why are you bringing up old shit? You know? But no, it's not like a personal drama I would like to keep engaging with on the channel. It's just that, yeah, if Ronnie wants to come on and talk about it, he can. If not, we're moving on from that old drama. Speaking of drama, but I did, you know, I will say I give Lurk credit for coming on and talking and having a whole conversation. That's more than a lot of people do. Where am I? Do we want to get into some? Now, we've talked about Dogma enough. There's not really any breaking news stories on that at the moment. But when there will be, I will report on it. Nothing new to update yet on the Cradle of Filth front. I don't think nor Dogma either, any of those, but I'll keep searching for them or keep my ears open. Besides that, I'm trying to think of what my next like actual video should be. Any suggestions out there? Sorry, I'm dying. Turns out Wyatt is the manager of Dogma. This was all my grandmaster plan. I am Palpatining satanic sluts. Just going to keep creating new bands and moving them around. And I'll be profiting from it the whole time. No. Anyway, get Tim Lambesis on. I want to hear his side of the story. They're touring right now. They're playing shows in Russia. I saw some of the videos. All right. You know, I probably would. If it came down to it, if the opportunity came up, I mean, I wouldn't sugarcoat anything. I would do a real, actual interview. But if Tim Lambesis wanted to come on and tell his side of things, that would certainly be a podcast on the internet. Boban, Tim Lambesis, and Ronnie Radke interviews. Holy shit, the entertainment. Yeah, I don't know what's up with Boban. If he's disappeared completely, he's probably hiding in a hole, trying to craft some other scheme. Yeah. We still got to make like a little Super Smash Brothers Wyatt's Metal version. Have all of the main characters. Someone suggested successful side hustles of metal musicians. I think that could be interesting. That's not bad. That could be a cool idea for a video. I will keep that one in mind. Did you hear about Megadeth's plans to release their version of Ride the Lightning? Thoughts? Cool. I just don't have a really interest in Megadeth. I mean, I guess it shows how far Dave has come if he's even willing to do that in the first place. That's cool. I'll check it out. I don't like Dave's vocals, so I'm probably not going to like it, but lean into Tim being a victim. It'll be good. Oh, that's smart. You would have to go about it in a way you would be like, I know that the whole world's against you, and just get him to unveil everything. Like, ha! Fucking Freuded your ass, bitch. Get John Sly on here. Where's the money, Sly? Where is the money, Sly guy? What happened to him, Sly? What happened to the investigations? I've been wanting to look into that one too, and the Montague Festival. Or no, it was Capulet Festival. I actually did miss that. That's hilarious. Anyway, for fuck's sake. Let's get to the main thing. The main bastion where we all get our metal news from, where we all go to find new bands and to get educated on the history of black metal. Watchmojo. Top 10 greatest black metal songs. Hashtag Burzum. Thank you, AI. All right, let's not spoil it yet. Do you guys think it's going to suck? Do you guys think it will be surprisingly okay? Get Gary Glitter on here? I don't know about that. that one's kind of far. Oh, shit. Will Y drops a $20 super chat. Shout out to you, dude. Thank you. I appreciate that a lot. I like your content, even if you are wrong about Megadeth. That's fair. That's fair. If you throw money at me, I will change my opinion. Megadeth is the greatest thrash band of all time. Bought that opinion for $20. Oh, someone mentioned Mayhem. Mayhem had a new song come out that was actually pretty good. It was not mid as fuck. I found myself enjoying it. Let's see what our substitute teacher, Watchmojo, has to say about black metal.
Welcome to Watchmojo. And today, we'll be counting down our picks for the most important...
I swear this guy is a bot. If this bald Rob dude does all of their metal videos, it's got to be AI. He just happens to talk the same as all of their other narrators.
Memorable and genre-defining examples of black metal music. Number 10, Quintessence, Dark Throne.
Whoa. They get credit for not having it be fucking Sleep Token or anything stupid.
It wasn't at all uncommon for the careers of many modern black metal bands to get their start.
This is AI. I would bet anything. Rob, if you're real, you're welcome to come on the channel.
Within the death metal sector. This was certainly the case with Norway's Dark Throne, which began its life as an autopsy-influenced death metal on both their demos and debut LP, Soulside Journey.
No! You calling Dark Throne death metal? Top 5 better be all Burzum.
Fast forwarding to 1995, however, and we have a Dark Throne that's already firmly entrenched within their true Norwegian black metal era. Quintessence is a poundingly slow, methodical, and hypnotic exercise in simplicity. The best kind, mind you, a single-minded goal to worship only a couple of riffs, but to hammer them into the listener's collective skull with ice-cold precision.
This is so strange.
It's Dark Throne at their most
It's Dark Throne at their most
gloomy. Number 9.
Whoa.
Nightmare. Sarcophago.
What was the script they put into ChatGPT? Write a surprisingly good list of top black metal songs. You cannot convince me that this guy knows of Sarcophago. You cannot work for Watchmojo and know who Sarcophago even is. Did he just say Dark Throne? Let me rewind it. Let's see.
And we have a Dark Throne that's already
It's kind of in between.
firmly entrenched within their true Norwegian black metal era. Quintessence is a poundingly slow, methodical, and hypnotic exercise in simplicity.
I like the lyric where he goes, ah!
The best kind, mind you, a single-minded goal to worship only a couple of riffs, but to hammer them into the listener's collective skull with ice-cold precision. It's Dark Throne at their...
Here we go. I think that was the Dark Throne.
Into the listener's collective skull with ice-cold precision. It's Dark Throne
Dark Throne.
at their most gloomy.
At their...
Number 9, Nightmare.
AI sounds like it's trying to talk while holding in a shit. It's like, Dark Throne at their most gloomy.
Sarcophago. We try to be careful with regards to the inclusion of first-wave black metal since the status of bands like Celtic Frost, Sodom, and Merciful Fate is often up for debate with regards to the genre.
Sodom's not black metal.
That said, we feel more than safe with Brazil's Sarcophago on our list since they, alongside with their countrymen in Sepultura and Mystifier,
You sound like you're having a stroke.
helped pave the way for black metal's over-the-top visual aesthetic. Nightmare was a Sarcophago song that was omnipresent in their set. A killer cut from their demo era that never failed to elicit a fierce audience reaction. The bestial sound of black metal's primordial past is alive and well on this track.
Is alive and well on this track. Jesus.
Juxtaposed against Sarcophago's leather, spikes, and protocorpse paint.
AI struggled. This AI has a stutter.
Number 8. Into the Pentagram. Samael.
Samael's cool, but would anyone put them in a top 10 greatest black metal? I don't even mean that with any hate to the band. I just can think of a lot of others I'd put before them. But then again, this is AI. Everything we don't like is AI. Remember, calling things grifters and shills is old. We call it AI now. You're either a bot, an Israeli plant, or AI. There's no in between.
Whoever said that black metal needed to be performed at full blast all the time obviously never spent enough time listening to Switzerland's Samael. This history of this formative group actually dates back to the late 80s, where Samael's remarkably heavy sound found its plodding and thunderous groove.
Wait. Okay Boomer has been replaced with Okay Clanker. Yeah. Okay, Clanker.
Into the Pentagram is another song that was first exposed to fans during Samael's demo period, but it would go on to become one of the most covered tunes of its era,
No, it wasn't.
influencing generations of new bands.
Does anyone think that? Again, not trying to hate on Samael. I just don't think I've ever heard anyone reference this one as one of the best, most inspiring ones.
Samael's intentionally slow to mid-paced attack would eventually give way to electronic experimentalism, but it was here where early black metal possibly saw its first true anthem.
Is Watchmojo more Krieg than I am?
Number 7, King of a Stellar War, Rotting Christ. One of the most interesting aspects of black metal archaeology is discovering how many different countries brought their own distinct styles to the party. This proved to be doubly true back in the late 80s and 90s when bands like Verathron, Necromancia, and Rotting Christ were pioneering
Rotting Christ?
a fresh Hellenic approach in their native Greece.
This is way better than their fucking modern metal one.
King of a Stellar War was taken from the latter's third LP and commercial breakthrough, 1996's Triarchy of the Lost Lovers. The sound here was noticeably more melodic than Rotting Christ's legendary Non Serviam or Thy Mighty Contract LPs, but no less engaging. This was thanks primarily to the enviable array of riffs on display, an embarrassment of riches that still enthralls us. So
That was like a dogma statement. Holy AI, Batman.
many years removed.
This guy for Watchmojo is going to come on the channel and show like the scripts written himself in his music collection and be like, damn, I'm a poser. He beat me.
Number 6, Mother North, Satyricon.
Everyone says that one. That's not fair. Christopher drops a €5 or pound super chat. $5. Thank you, sir. The best black metal song is Women of Dark Desires. Everything after that is just a Bathory copy. Change my mind. I don't know if I can change your mind. What would I say is like my favorite? I mean, I know it's probably cheesy, typical answer, but I do really love Freezing Moon and get chills when I hear that one still. But like, early Marduk is really fucking good. I love they were like vicious black metal. All the others are like trying to be spooky. They're like war.
The home video market was very much in effect back in 1996, with YouTube dominance not yet coming to pass. It was, as a result, something special for black metal fans.
You know, a lot of people don't like it. I love modern day Dark Funeral. I've seen people hate on it. I don't know why. Maybe it's because it's written on or recorded on things better than a half broken 8-track. But I thought the last few Dark Funeral albums were solid as fuck.
In a pre-internet age to get their hands on viewable copies of videos like Mother North by Satyricon. The genre was reaching a fever pitch of popularity around this time, and it was videos such as this one, from The Cradle to Enslave by Cradle of Filth and Call of the Winter Moon by Immortal that stoked the fire.
Why are you talking about Contract of Filth? We're talking about black metal.
Mother North, in the meantime, is nothing less than epic. A more traditional sounding song when compared to the hard-rocking Fuel for Hatred, but all satiric.
I like Fuel for Hatred. I've never been a big Satyricon fan. Actually, a lot of people in the music industry are not fans of Satyr, but or so I've heard. But Feel for Hatred is solid. I like the drums on that one. That one's really good.
Satyricon is good Satyricon. In our book, number 5, I Am the Black Wizards, Emperor.
I agree with Emperor on the list. I wouldn't go with that one, though. Kirsty Allman is good. Yeah.
If there
Having flashbacks to when I saw them on 70,000 Tons.
was ever a true contender for a black metal national anthem, then I Am the Black Wizards by Emperor is almost certainly shortlisted in a top-tier slot. The song is indicative of black metal's symphonic style, an expansive atmosphere that balances beautifully against the more primal elements of Emperor's music.
Hang on, I want to get this comment. I remember downloading videos like Mother North on MIRC back in the day. It took 20 hours to download. Remember when finding these old metal videos felt like finding an old treasure chest from like a different time? We're like, oh, I'm peeking into this thing that nobody knows. And it's so like crazy and special. You know, I think it's just a video filmed on a shitty camera.
The term art has historically been thrown around a lot when it comes to black metal music, but the word fits Emperor's creative world to a T. I Am the Black Wizards is basically perfect. An aggressive, haunting, and otherworldly exercise that helped blaze a trail for black metal's dominance in the 90s. Number 4.
That's racist. No trucks given.
Where Dead Angels Lie. Dissection.
You ever think you'd see Dissection on a Watchmojo video? What fucking reality are we in?
Scandinavian black metal, like any other era, often saw different subgenres emerge within its fertile borders. Bands such as Sweden's Dissection ushered in a sound that was more melodic than ever before.
That's a band I never got to see.
Never forsaking that all-encompassing darkness of black metal's hyperthermic core, Where Dead Angels Lie was something of a hit single from Dissection's second LP, the masterful Storm of...
How pissed off do you think John would be if he found out that Dissection was mentioned in a Watchmojo video? Varg is going to see this and flip shit. Varg, if you're watching, you're welcome to come on the channel and talk about Watchmojo.
Of the Light's Bane. The song structure almost feels like that of a traditional power ballad. One where the classic heavy metal sounds of bands like Iron Maiden get enveloped with Dissection's poetic black metal arts. The band's founder,
Just because you blew your head off does not mean you're a poet.
John Notvit, lived a troubled life, however, and
That's one way of putting it.
decided to seek self-destruction after serving a prison sentence for being an accessory to murder.
These riffs, though.
Number 3, Dunkelheit, Burzum.
Burzum at number 3, not number 1. Watchmojo's really trying to be like, oh, we're really cool. You all thought we were going to put Burzum at number 1. But we've got to give you all switcheroo. Change it up. Please don't interview Varg. That would be fucking hilarious. That would be so funny. First question, did you get your truck to start yet? Fun fact, I've never liked Burzum's music. I always thought it just sounded like shit.
The controversial nature of black metal is one that still follows the genre today, particularly when it comes to the life and career of Burzum's Varg Vikernes.
Who the fuck is that?
On one hand, there's no getting around the hard facts of Vikernes' political views. The
Who's this?
controversial nature of black metal is one that still follows the genre today, particularly when it comes to the life and career of Burzum's Varg Vikernes. On one hand, there's no getting around the hard facts of Vikernes' political views, nor his prison sentence for the murder of his former bandmate, Oystein Euronymous Arseth, in 19...
That's how you can tell it's AI. They said his full name. No one in metal has ever said Oystein.
1993. Yet no list of black metal songs would be complete without the inclusion of Vikernes' work with Burzum.
What the fuck are they showing Hellhammer and they're talking about Burzum?
Particularly when it comes to the Philosophem album. The hypnotic beauty of Dunkelheit was engaging enough to earn its video clip some airplay on legitimate avenues like MTV and VH1, while Vikernes' early work with Burzum would go on to inspire both worship and vitriol in equal measure.
That little ding ding is annoying as fuck. I would not be able to listen to that full song. It's not atmospheric. It sounds like a kid's little toy. Like, ding, ding, ding.
Number 2. Enter the Eternal Fire, Bathory.
Now we're talking. Number 1's going to be Mayhem. Yep, you're definitely right.
We mentioned earlier how reticent we were with regards to how much proto-black metal to include on this list. The case of Sweden's Bathory feels so much different, however, since the sound of Enter the Eternal Fire couldn't feel more removed from the contemporary thrash or death metal of its day.
I'm excited to see the Bathory tribute that they're doing with like members of Watain and a couple of other bands. I should be seeing that at Hell's Heroes next year.
The band's mastermind, Quorthon, clearly had his creative finger on the pulse of something special with Bathory, blazing a musical trail that was unlike anything else from the late 80s. This was the sound of real black metal, codified at the embryonic level, but with a focus for feeling, atmosphere, and detail. Gone were the mimicked Venom and Manowar references, and in their place was Quorthon, ascending to the throne of musical visionary. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Morning Place, Dimmu Borgir.
Morning Place. AI confirmed.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Morning Place, Dimmu Borgir.
AI confirmed. I was at that show. I'm in that crowd somewhere.
Black metal
I'm the guy with the black shirt.
enters the mainstream. Withstand the fall of time. Immortal. Icy Norwegian black metal embraces
Nah, fuck that. I'd probably do Tyrants. Just because it's a banger. That's like a catchy anthem of black metal.
heavy metal tradition.
Or, now I'm thinking of Immortal songs. Damned in Black is great. Immortal's great.
Ritual. Blasphemy. Canada's powerlifting skins mess you up with satanic might.
Huh?
Nocturnal Evil. Beherit. Finland's most bestial sons. Elizabeth Bathory, Tormentor, formative Hungarian black metal featuring future Mayhem frontman Attila.
God damn, I did not see Tormentor showing up on a Watchmojo video.
You're also sacrificed. Look at your blood.
Before we continue,
Britney Spears. We went from Tormentor to Britney Spears.
be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
Black metal.
You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're
This is what Watchmojo normally talks about. That's why this is fucking weird.
on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1,
Hey.
Freezing Moon, Mayhem.
I have always loved the atmosphere that song presents.
Truth really was stranger than fiction when it came to the literal firestorm of controversy that followed black metal's meteoric rise within the heavy metal underground. The Norwegian sound was shaped by a number of individuals, but perhaps none of them possessed as much far-reaching influence as Øystein Euronymous Arseth. His band Mayhem have become synonymous with the true Norwegian black metal sound, while songs such as Freezing Moon feel like utter black metal perfection in this regard. This is a song with multiple iconic moments, from that classic opening riff to its varied pacing and a quirky, strangulated guitar solo from Arseth.
I agree with what the AI said right there.
It's black metal distilled to a crystallized essence, a set of schematics that just about everyone would follow for years. What's the
All right. That the list was better than I thought it would be. I just do not believe for 1 second that a human had anything to do with it. If there is some secret metal spy working for Watchmojo, please come on the show. This was far better put together than a Metal Injection article, I gotta say. At least key bands are in here. All that. Norwegian DMBM sucks. Sarcophago, Bombarder, Cat. What do you want? Is someone getting restless? Rocket thinks that list was for posers. It was not black metal enough, was it? You want more black metal? Yeah. You want to do black metal screams? Go bah. Bah. No metal is Krieg enough for Rocket. He only listens to the sounds of kitchen utensils in a dishwasher being recorded on an 8-track in another room that's on fire. Anyway, that covers pretty much everything I had to talk about on this week's episode. Someone said, good band list, questionable execution. I agree. Hats off to the AI. It has pretty good taste, doesn't it? You don't like when I talk loud, do you? With that said, have you ever listened to Marauder or Dismember? Mr. Darkmer asked. I've heard Dismember's awesome. I don't think I've heard Marauder. We need more Gato content. I told his story last week. I was thinking of clipping that and do a video. Because what's more metal than rescue cats? For Mayhem, the tour they did earlier this year with Mortis was so good. I've seen Mayhem a few times, but that performance and setlist was top notch. Nice. I've seen Mayhem a bunch of times. It's always good. Sophia says, okay, bye. I'm going to go listen to Hollywood Undead now. For months straight on end. No problem. I listen to the same bands on repeat too. But yeah, with that said, that is pretty much everything. I don't have any shows to promote at the moment, but that will probably change soon. Yep, I will have more content coming soon. I'm working on some more big videos and seeing what else comes up in the meantime. What are we doing? Yeah, besides that, do metal stuff. Where's the video I usually play? Instead of the GTA video, let's go out old school. I will catch you all next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. You are all awesome. Oh, before I go, let me just say, channel just passed 90,000 subscribers. That is fucking crazy. That is something I never thought when I started this channel. I started this channel on the side as I was doing other stuff. That's unbelievable to me. Thank you all for enjoying my stupid jokes and shit talking. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I'll have a more bigger celebration later. When we do 100K, we'll do some big shit. But I will catch you all next week. Take it away, Norm.
Now, this might strike some viewers as harsh, but I believe everyone involved in this story should die.